Shortly after I was born, my parents divorced. I stayed with my mother in Ghana for the first 5 years of my life before traveling with her to stay in Maryland in the United States. I have never lost communication with my dad in Ghana. We call each other at least once a week. In our conversations, my father used to give me hints that I come from a royal family and there are certain things that are required of me. Specifically, I am destined to marry a chief when I come of age. He said that my mother knows about it, but anytime I ask her, she will brush it off and tell me that these things are just customs and traditions. According to Mom, since I am here in the United States, these things will not affect me. My dad informed me that the story would have been different if he had given birth to another daughter after me, since the cultural practice only applies to the last-born daughter. She would have stepped into my shoes and married the said chief. Daddy remarried after his divorce with Mommy, and he has 2 sons with my stepmother. I am his only daughter, and therefore I don't have a choice but to come back home to Ghana and marry a man who is twice my age. This is what my father is implying. After I turned 18 last year, he has reminded me of my destiny every time we spoke on the phone. On some occasions, he has forced me to speak to some of my uncles to remind me of the spiritual repercussions and the curses that would fall upon me and my family if I don't come home and do their bidding. When I was born, certain rites were performed on me by the traditional ruler of the community, and they claim that he has marked me for my destiny, and one of those clauses is that I will have to marry the chief when I am of age. The only exceptions are death, developing a disability, or becoming mentally unstable before or when I turn 18. Now, as a 19-year-old woman who is whole and without illness, they expect me to come back to Ghana and become a third wife to a chief in the community. I'm a pre-medical student studying to become a medical doctor very soon. I'm in a relationship with a Canadian guy I met in high school, and we are madly in love. I've explained what's happening to him, and he couldn't hide the shock on his face the first time I informed him. My boyfriend was obviously raised in a different culture, and he is shocked at the absurdity of what we call Ghanaian culture. Even Ghanaian friends I have here cannot believe that these things are still happening. I am being forced against my will to accept a destiny that I never subscribed to. My mother is firm. She would not allow me to go back to Ghana to marry. We both have a good life here, and I am doing so well in school. My dad has changed from merely persuading me to some very serious threats. He keeps saying that the lives of the whole family are now in my hands. If I don't come back, all of us will start dying from strange, unexplained circumstances. My stepmother has literally pleaded with me on the phone to come and, in her own words, embrace my destiny. I received a very scary and weird video on WhatsApp a few days ago. This man, dressed like a fetish priest and holding a bottle of schnapps in one hand and an egg in another, broke the egg and started pouring libations and reciting some appellations. I didn't understand everything he said because he spoke in a lot of parables and proverbs, but the summary of it is that if I don't return as a marked bride of a chief, I will suffer a very painful death, and my whole family will go with me, including those who have no idea about what is going on. I showed the video to my mom, and she assured me they were all empty threats. After the video was sent to me, my dad has started threatening me that he will have no choice than to come and look for me in the US and bring me because he will rather do that than watch the whole family die because of my carelessness. I am in a fix. I don't know what to do, and the pressure is mounting. My boyfriend has suggested that I should just change my contact and focus on my life here. My mom agrees with him. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. Help me. I am desperate.